What is up, my fellow car enthusiasts? Today I am talking about something dear and near to my heart, and that is Porsche. I am going to try to cover everything that I can in a quick video discussing Porsche and its history, and maybe even a little bit today. Porsche is an iconic car brand throughout the car industry, and you just gotta love them. They're beautiful. But anyways, let's jump into this video and see what else we got. All right, so our story actually is going to begin about 1948 when Porsche, the name brand, actually began. But if you didn't know, Porsche, the man, the legend, and his kid, Ferry, yes, that was his name, Ferry. But anyways, they actually were involved in Mercedes back in the day, Volkswagen, the Volkswagen Beetle, and sadly, very close ties to some possible, let's just say some German Nazis, yeah. But anyways, we're going to skip over that because that was an intense time in history, and we're going to focus specifically on Porsche and its brand. All right, back in 1948 is when the very first Porsche ever came out, and it was the 356. Now, this car was special then, but not a lot of people realized it. But the Porsche 356 was actually heavily designed based off of the Volkswagen Beetle that Porsche in the past had a heavy hand in designing. Actually, they did design it. It was an instant hit among the driving enthusiasts, but not necessarily the daily commuters and the people that needed vehicles for practical reasons. I mean, can you believe it? Can you judge them? I mean, it was really small, and back then you had to work. Not like today when we do everything online. But anyways, this is when the great legend was born and Porsche started to really put their name on the map. Now, as the years rolled on, Porsche continued to innovate and just really change the game. They created some of the most powerful and awe-inspiring machines in the 60s and the 70s. And well, crap, just now today too. It's amazing what they can do. But anyways, in the 60s, they introduced the legendary Porsche 911, the one that set the standard moving forward and pretty much what we have today. And let's be honest, it really hasn't changed all that much. You can see a Porsche 911 back in the 60s, look at today's and notice those cars are definitely related. Unlike a lot of the stuff that we have now, all the modern cars have changed significantly over the years. So now the 911 Porsche became its own kind of thing, really, for Porsche. You could sell just 911 underneath its own brand, own everything, and it's going to be successful. It really doesn't even need the Porsche nameplate anymore. 911 is just synonymous when you think sports cars, supercars, fast, speed, beauty, art. That is the 911. Now, Porsche hit it out of the ballpark when they designed it. It was very controversial. The engine was in the rear. People were just really about it. And you know what? They can eat it because the Porsche 911 destroyed everything. It was an amazing car. And its distinctive design and performance prowess really captured the hearts of all the automobile lovers and enthusiasts. Like, let's be real, it was a great looking car. So now here is, well, a little trivia for you. Did you know that the Porsche 911 has now been and remained in production for over 50 years? That's insane amount of time for a single car to be in production with really minimal changes. Look at it. It looks, you can look at it today. It looks like almost identical to what it did when it first released. It's insane. That is some serious longevity, and more importantly, it really goes into the testament and the timeless design and even the engineering of what Porsche put into it back in the day in the 60s, and it really just set its tone for all time moving forward. You can't think of a sports car without thinking Porsche, without thinking 911. What we forget is the racing heritage. It's equally impressive. They conquered some of the toughest races, from the legendary 24 Hours of Le Mans to the thrilling Formula One circuits when they were involved. Please come back, Porsche. We miss you in the F1 world. And then all the other motorsports that they were in. Their DNA is in motorsports, really. When you look at their history, they started in motorsports. A lot of people don't even know that Porsche, Mr. Porsche, designed one of, if not the first electric engine. And technically, I believe, last I read in a book somewhere, he made the first hybrid. He actually had an electric and a gas-powered engine in like the 1890s. It was crazy and just blew people's minds. But sadly, it was too heavy. He was using that to race. And then fast forward to today, and now their racing history is one of the best ever in the automotive world. It's amazing. Now, Porsche is still pushing these boundaries. Now, they started with the 356, they had the 911, and then things started going a little rocky come the late 90s and early 2000s, and you didn't know what was going to happen with Porsche. But thank God they introduced a very controversial vehicle, but they had to, and it is the SUV. Come on, it's the Cayenne. It's the Porsche Cayenne. Look at this thing. I hated it when it came out, but it saved the brand. It's one of the best sports SUVs out there, and unlike everything else we have out here today, it handles great, it's nimble, plus you can fit a whole bunch of crap in it.
Look at all this floor space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities.
So what's there not to like, right? It's a Porsche. So now Porsche has also moved on from just doing the SUVs and 911s. They have the Tikon now. The Tikon is really pushing the boundaries to everything electronic, and this EV craze that is going on, it's wild. And I gotta say that the Tikon is easily the best sounding electric vehicle out there, hands down. I don't care what you say. Unless Lotus, which just announced that they're releasing their electric SUV and they're going that route, unless they can match it, I don't care. Porsche has it in the bag. It's an amazing sound. Go check it out. Now with the Tikon and moving into the EV field, it was really Porsche's way of saying they're not afraid to embrace the future and push the boundaries. I feel that when Porsche gets involved, other brands follow suit, and it really sets the standard. That's what I love about Porsche. Their standards are so high that their engineering is amazing. They force other manufacturers to catch up. But like I say, what really sets Porsche apart from really everybody else is their unwavering dedication to the craftsmanship and the love and attention to detail to their brand. And well, frankly, to every single car that they make. Not just the 911, I'm talking every single car. It is meticulous. They are world renowned for their dependability, their service, everything. It's just second to none in my opinion. Sorry, call me biased. Each Porsche is really meticulously handcrafted, combining the latest technology with the human touch. It's kind of a cool mix when you actually get to see it, especially in the Tikon and, well, frankly, the new 992 Porsche 911, which is just amazing. So that is a brief history and synopsis of Porsche. They've been around forever now, since the late 1800s. They've had their hands in Mercedes, all over Volkswagen, sadly, little World War II stuff. And then they created amazing cars like the 356, the 911, the Tikon, you know, the Cayenne. They are setting the standard, and I am so excited to see where Porsche as a brand and a manufacturer goes. They are undeniably my favorite brand out there, and you know what? I think they're going to be around for a long time. So if you enjoyed this brief video on the history of Porsche, please go like, subscribe, hit the button. Just don't scroll off. Go give me some love, you know? I'm also on Instagram, Talking Cars. I love interacting with everybody on this channel. I love interacting with the car scene, the car community. It is amazing. And especially when you find people that are really passionate about some of the topics that I'm talking about, like Porsche today, it makes it even that much better. So if you enjoyed this, definitely go show some love. I thoroughly appreciate it, and I'm trying to build this channel, so follow along. And until next time, stay passionate, and let's keep driving.